care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, a baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Un soldato a casa regresó y un niño enfermo se curó. No atrapa en bosque de la lluvia. Un desamparado se salvó por causa de una buena acción y un área y puro. Aleluya, aleluya, aleluya,
I lift my voice to God above, who only shines eternal love. And life was hard before I really knew ya. You hear me cry out in the night. You turn my darkness into light, till every breath becomes a hallelujah.
aleluya.
I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. But there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need.
There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come to stand for love,
to stand for peace, to stand for joy and for release,
for
what is beautiful and true, to stand for hope, to stand for you. If you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I'm not the one who'll change things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. But I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we've made it to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope, we'll stand for you. What is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
Come to the temple, bathe in the presence of love. Let go of the warring, lay down your sword. You've had enough. For I know you're weary, the battle has taken its toll. Illusion is shattering, the veil is rent. You're so come to the fire and lay down the shame of the past. Please purifying, revealing your golden last. now, unlocking your shackles and chains. No longer a prisoner, you are now free and reclaimed. You're reclaimed. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember, 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 oh, remember, remember, remember who you are. So come to the mystery and give up the stories you know. The path now collapsing, leading us all back to one. No longer divided, fractals united in peace. And it's time to play now like children of love's destiny. Destiny. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember.
supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to join us in this multi-faith endeavor or support the pod financially, you can do that at www.peopleofdiversity.org. And we are very, very grateful for all of that activity. And stay tuned after, because we have announcements and stuff.
Good stuff.
Stuff. Good, right? Good stuff. Very good stuff.
We are right now on the topic of justice. Last week was our Wiccan representative Oracle, gave a really good talk, and his musical guest was Donna Frost. Today we have our Baha'i representative Dean Martineau, and his musical guest is Rob Thorworth. Next week is our Melchizedek person, Reverend Solidia Junis, and her music person is Victor Morgado.
Oh, they're almost neighbors.
They are, yes. So, without further ado, we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, people of diversity. My name is Rob Thorworth. This month we're talking about justice, and I have a couple of songs for you. One song is based on an article that I read in a newspaper about a young boy in Mississippi that was being severely abused by his father, and the whole community knew about it, but nobody did anything. So he took his justice into his own hands. And the second tune is a little more lighthearted, but represents justice as well. Anyway, thanks for listening. Well, your man's thick and dreaming. Whiskey makes him sloppy drunk. Hell, your man's thick and dreaming. Whiskey makes him sloppy drunk. Well, it was fires the broomstick. Lord, it feels like an oak tree trunk. See, that's when my mind's on other things. I can't concentrate on my schooling. See, that's when my mind's on other things. I can't concentrate on my schooling. Teacher, old drunk dog ate my homework. Well, teacher, I think you know that I'm fooling. Well, I shot up all my bullets. Reloaded so many times they had to shovel him up off the floor. Shot up all my bullets. Reloaded so many times they had to shovel him up off the floor. Lord, I ain't gonna feel that broomstick. Lord, got a black eye for your teacher. I ain't got no apple to treat you well. I got a black eye for your teacher. Ain't got no apple to treat you well. Teacher believes I'm going to heaven. I done my time in hell. I done my time in hell. Another form of justice here, a little more lighthearted, based on some southern colloquialisms that were floating around me at the time. The song's called Slap You Bald-Headed. Well, I was nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Jumpier than a truckload of starving kangaroos. I done lied to my baby, ain't but one thing left to do. I gotta fess up and tell her there's no hope for me. I'm just natural sorry. I'm a rogue that's gone back down so low I fell off a dime. But baby, I'm sorry. Hate, I gotta tell you that I crossed the line. She said I ought to slap you bald-headed. I ought to slap you bald. I ought to slap you bald-headed. Yeah, baby, that's pretty mean. She said I ought to rip out your curly locks, so they call you Mr. Clean. Yeah, Mr. Clean. Stronger than a garlic milkshake. Man, I gotta tell you, I was frisky as a flea on a flat dog. But baby, I'm sorry, I'll sleep my penance in a hollow log. Well, I was hurting for certain. I said, honey, you know, love is just like the morning dew. It's just as apt to fall on a horse turd as it is a rose. Man, it got so quiet, swear I could hear my hair grow. She said, I ought to slap you bald head. I ought to slap you bald. I ought to slap you bald head. Yeah, baby, that's pretty mean. She said, I ought to rip out your curly locks. Rip out your curly locks. Rip out your curly locks, so they call you Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean. Justice.
Hello, all you in the world of the pod. all over the planet. This is Dean Martineau from the Baha'i community of Melbourne, at least at the moment. I might be moving. Talking to you about one of the most important topics the Baha'i faith has to discuss, and that is justice. I want to mention first that some of you, not too many perhaps, but some of you knew Judy Barrett, my wife, from these programs, and she, her situation and ours has greatly changed because she had a significant stroke on the day after Christmas and is now having to relearn to do things like read and walk and use her right side, which doesn't work too well. So anyway, any prayers you want to send our way, we always welcome. So talking about justice, I want to make a couple points that are implicit to this that you will know if you've been listening to these programs much, watching them, but the Baha'i faith is a revealed religion, believes in an omnipotent and all-loving God, creator. We use the word God, higher power, however you want to describe it, who has been progressively sending his, and we use the word his just because you have to use some pronoun, guidance to humanity all throughout the ages. This time that we live in now is special because we've kind of passed through a demarcation from humanity's childhood. All those other religions from the past are part of humanity's childhood, and Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, has brought us the faith that is going to guide us into humanity's maturity. And so he's brought a great deal of writings. One of the books that I've mentioned periodically on here, and I'm going to be focusing on this time, is one called The Hidden Words of Baha'u'llah. Baha'u'llah speaks to us with the voice of the Creator and gives us various little 1, 2, 3 sentence bits of guidance that are very profound and very worthy of meditating on. To talk about this topic of justice, humanity has always separated what you might call the justice organizational strand of religion from the mystical strand of it, and people will emphasize one or the other in their lives. So, for example, in Islam, and Baha'u'llah was, of course, writing to all the people on the planet, but he was writing to an audience of Muslims. So he was very, very cognizant, very knowledgeable about their tradition, but what he writes applies to all of us. And in Islam, there's the mass of the Muslims that attend mosque and do all those things that we know and have generally been poorly informed about and don't always have a very high opinion of, and sometimes they've earned it lately. The other side of Islam that we see less of, unless you pay attention and are familiar, is the mystical strand. The Sufis are the most prominent mystics. There's a lot of other mystical Muslims as well who emphasize the mystical aspects of the teachings and live their lives in a mystical way. Same thing in Christianity. There's a considerable mystical tradition in Christianity that we're not really very familiar with unless we look for it. We see the strand where they talk about where the churches and the doctrines and the different things that the churches have taught about over the years. And I suspect that those many people who might be watching this program who consider yourselves spiritual but not religious, who don't affiliate with the faith, you emphasize one or the other of these. And I suspect generally it's not the aspect of law and the aspect of organization and the aspect of administration that you emphasize. It would be the aspect of, about different teachings of the Creator that you find important. Baha'u'llah, in his writings, several books that he wrote in the early days of his revelation, before he had even officially made known his revelation, but these are important books of his revelation, declared that these traditions have to unify. We have to bring these together. And so, in this book that I've mentioned periodically, The Hidden Words of Baha'u'llah, the second passage in the book is one where the Creator addresses us saying, "O Son of Spirit," and the first sentence is, The best beloved of all things in my sight is justice. All of these passages, every one of these sentences, I'm going to talk about them, but really they're for you to think about. I can think about them. I do. You can think about them. I don't have anything more important to say than you do about it. These are the words of Baha'u'llah that we then have to apply. So he says, turn not away therefrom if thou desirest me. So if we want to unify, if we want to come together with the Creator, justice is an important aspect of that. Not just how much we love God and how much God's love does for us, but justice. And he says then, neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. What does that mean? What does that look like? I don't know. Personally, I have some thoughts, but justice is vitally important here. And this is woven into the very fabric of the revelation of Baha'u'llah. By its aid, that being the aid of justice. Now, two things are going to happen. Thou shalt see with thine own eyes and not through the eyes of others. There's all kinds of aspects in our society that tend to be unjust. An awful lot of gossip and backbiting goes on, and we tend to take a lot of that in. Much comes from the media, and much comes from our conversations. Well, is that really an element of justice? Because are we really seeing with our own eyes and not through the eyes of others when we're engaging in gossip and backbiting, which is one of the behaviors most highly condemned by Baha'u'llah? And then he goes on to talk about how through justice thou shalt know of thine own knowledge and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. We tend in this society to to live through different media, different social networking, different television news perspectives, and we don't really necessarily, as we're immersing ourselves in some of these, people are not necessarily gaining knowledge, learning through their own knowledge. Rather, they're learning through the knowledge of a neighbor who may or may not be very knowledgeable. So it is a requirement of justice to know of thine own knowledge and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. And then in this hidden word, Baha'u'llah says more things about justice. First he tells us, ponder this in thy heart, how it behooveth thee to be. So we are being called to a higher calling and a different calling than we would ordinarily adhere to in our lives. And he says, verily, justice is my gift to thee. Justice is a gift of the Creator to humanity and to each of us as individuals, and the sign of my loving kindness. Justice hasn't always, we don't always think of it this way. Our society is so unjust, and the elements of justice have been very unjust, what with much false and faulty imprisonment and an entire structure that is what's supposedly a justice system that really doesn't relate to justice at all. In many ways, it relates to racism, sexism, classism, all these different things that are tied into what happens in our society that wear the garb of justice, but they really have nothing to do with justice. So justice is a gift of God and the sign of the loving kindness of the Creator, true justice. So we have to ponder, what does justice really look like? We're going to get into that a little bit in a short time, at least one aspect that will lead us there. And he finally, in the end of this hidden word, says, set it then before thine eyes. So we're going to have now a musical presentation of that hidden word. It's designed to sort of help you memorize it, so it'll give you a chance to ponder it and be involved with it, dig into it more deeply than perhaps we have in the past. And then we're going to get into one of the numerous aspects of what this means, what this justice means, and how it presents itself and how it will affect us as humanity.
O Son of Spirit, O Son O Son of Spirit, the best beloved of all things in my sight, of all things in my sight. The best beloved is justice, justice. The best beloved is justice, justice. Turn not away therefrom, if thou desirest me. Turn not away therefrom, if thou desirest me. And neglect it not, neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. Neglect it not, neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. By its aid, by its aid, thou shalt see with thine own eyes, and not through the eyes of others. And shall know of thine own knowledge, and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. Ponder this in thy heart, how it behoveth thee to be. Verily, justice is my gift to thee. Verily, justice is my gift to thee. And the sign of my loving kindness, set it then before thine eyes. Set it then before thine eyes.
So we return now to talk about one of the many aspects and one of the many ways that this justice is going to be expressed in the life of humanity, our individual lives and the life of the planet, and that is the notion of the oneness of humanity. This is one of the most important new teachings Baha'u'llah brought, never before seen in human religious history. Of course, it is assumed, because of course it cannot contradict, these faiths cannot contradict each other. So Christ, in some of his behavior, the story of the Samaritans, for example, expressed the oneness of humanity. Muhammad expressed the oneness of humanity, but they did not teach it openly, and now it is the time in our human maturity that we are ready for it and able to use this teaching and put it into effect. And it is expressed by yet another of these hidden words of Baha'u'llah, this one being one that starts, we are addressed as, O children of men. And Baha'u'llah, the Creator, starts out through the voice of God saying, Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust? That's already a big change, a big assumption for a lot of people, because a lot of us have denied that people of different races are the same as us in terms of at the level of creation. and people have eugenics is still alive and well. We're just more subtle about it now than we used to be. But thoughts of eugenics have played a big role in our history, and we still have not fundamentally absorbed the notion that peoples of native peoples and people of African descent are absolutely the same as us from the level of creation on up. So he says, "Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other?" Well, in our life as a human race, and for the last several hundred years, people of European descent have been exalting ourselves in big and small ways over others. Colonialism, slavery, various manifestations thereof. Ancestors of this people have been engaging in exalting ourselves over others, exalting our particular faith over others. And so there's a lot of unlearning that's going to have to happen on all sides for all peoples in the human race. And again, just like in the previous hidden word that Baha'u'llah told us to ponder, again, these little passages are for our meditation, and then they lead to action. So what conclusions it leads you to in meditation, that's for you. Baha'u'llah has brought the Baha'i faith, which is building slowly but inexorably a system to put these things into practice in large and small communities, gradually large ones. Ponder at all times in your hearts how ye were created. So it sounds like the notion of how we were created should be preeminent in our hearts when we're dealing with other peoples and human social issues. He goes on to say, "Since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul." That's a little hard to conceive of for me, but we as a human race are supposed to be as one organism with many cells. That's that past point Baha'u'llah made when he addressed, as a prisoner and an exile, he addressed Queen Victoria and told her about and talked about how we have to regard the world as the human body. So we are to be, all of us individuals with all of our presently disparate views and approaches to life, to act even as one soul. And he goes on, to walk with the same feet, to eat with the same mouth, and to dwell in the same land. One of the important notions that Baha'u'llah brought is the earth is but one country and mankind its citizens. And I've been doing this for a while. I've been thinking about the Baha'i faith for a while, and still things kind of jar me sometimes. And a recent talk, or one of the talks that Abdu'l-Baha gave when he was in the U.S., talked about why is it that the French and the English are two peoples? They live like across this body of water. Who decided that they were different peoples? That was a human decision. There is no reason for it. And even that just kind of struck me, because indeed, we think of the English and the French, and things have evolved. They generally get along these days now. We're not fighting 100 years wars anymore like they used to, but they used to be really sworn enemies of each other. So there is evolution going on in accordance with these principles. So we think about these things, ponder about how we should all eat with the same mouth and dwell in the same land, that from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest. Detachment is another interesting subject because it means an awful lot more than we usually think of. Such is my counsel to you, O concourse of light. That's us. We are a concourse of light. Isn't that an interesting way of looking at humanity? I don't think you'll generally think of that on your own, and I don't think that the faiths in the past have addressed us in that way, because of our immaturity, because of our childish nature, or the appropriate childish level where we were, we couldn't be talked to as a collective race, and addressing us as a concourse of light wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. But that's part of justice. We are a concourse of light who have to grow and act that way and treat others in that way. And he concludes the hidden word by saying, "Heed ye this counsel, that ye may attain the fruit of holiness from the tree of wondrous glory." Well, what does that all mean? Sounds pretty good. Sounds a lot better than where we're living right now. So, the tree of wondrous glory. The whole world characterized by a fruit of holiness, not the... Sometimes holiness has a bad rap in our world. And I think it probably should not have that rap, but it's often been associated with hypocrisy and male-dominated clergy and all these sort of different things that are no real part of humanity. So these hidden words bring us to a standard of justice that is so different than what we usually think of. And to think that these are woven into the very fabric of the faith of the Creator, the faith that is to guide us now and actually will be guiding us for the next 1,000 years, and in a sense for the next 500,000, because Baha'u'llah has come to initiate a cycle of human progress and human greatness and human flourishing that will expand in ways that we can't even imagine and understand for the next 500 centuries. So this is a lot. Well, this is what I have to say today about justice. I hope it's given you some optimism and some food for thought, and we'll end by having a musical rendition of this hidden word that you can listen to and watch and ponder. And I'll see you the next time I'm on the pod schedule.
Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Ponder at all times in your heart how ye were created. Ponder at all times in your heart how ye were created. Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Ponder at all times in your heart how you were created. Ponder at all times in your heart how you were created. Since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. Even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. Even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. that from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest, may be made manifest, may be made manifest, may be made manifest.
Thank you, Rob. Amazing as Bob continues to promise it always will be. Thank you, Dean. We know you've got a million things going on right now. We are grateful for all that you do for us and have been doing for the last 5 years. We are grateful, my friend. Thank you. Philip Lupo and the team that makes all the crazy, this beautiful, groovy thing that you see on Sunday. And go back to visit on YouTube. They make it possible if you need help in person or online. Use the little, what's it called that's underneath?
Contact information.
That's it. And contact them and they will take care of you. All right. Past services, dings on Sunday morning, are available for 1 month. Starting in June. Now, that means most of what we have already posted on Facebook, whether it be on the page or on the group, is likely to go away. And everything that we post on going forward will only stay in the archive for 30 days. So.
That wasn't our choice. That was a Facebook thing.
Yes, that's a Facebook thing. So we have been building the YouTube channel. There is a little bit more going on there that allows you to search in different ways. That we use the playlist function to dive in on faith or topic. It's a great way to dig into a particular faith or to look at how multiple faiths address issues, problems, or perhaps even blessings. In our lives. So that's available to you. That's all available on YouTube. The dings will still be available, but only if you are a member of the People of Diversity page, People of Diversity group, or you have subscribed and hit the like button and done all the other YouTube things you're supposed to do when you're on YouTube, because I don't know what they all are, but my granddaughter does. I'll know next week. She'll tell me. And you'll get a ding from YouTube as well, because all of them are premieres, and as a result of that, it will give you that little ding. That's all I know.
We have a second broadcast on Facebook.
That's not all I knew.
A second broadcast on Facebook on Sunday evenings at 5:45. So if you can't make it in the morning, or you just want to listen again, which is sometimes very cool, or you want to send somebody back, go to Facebook at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
It will ding you if you remember.
Yes. Our next live event is tomorrow night at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship in Rockledge. And Scott is leading a drum circle.
Boom, boom.
It'll be fun.
Yes.
And it starts at 7 o'clock. And if you have drums, bring them. And if you don't have drums, come on anyway.
Bring
we
you.
have, yeah, bring you. We have extra drums and we have other instruments to make noise with, and it's just a lot of fun.
We have a didgeridoo.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and not, you don't have to be a professional, that's for sure. Just come on out. It's a donation based. We're not charging anybody, but if you would like to make a donation, we'd appreciate that. Our next live event is the Monday after that, May 5th, and this is going to be really cool. Rosalie Bianco will be with us doing an introduction to A Course in Miracles. So she's been teaching that for many, many years at different places. She's been in,
yeah.
She was in Colorado for quite a few years, but has moved back here and is building things as far as her Course in Miracles classes. So if you are interested in learning about Course in Miracles, she's going to do that for us. That will be same place, same time, same place, Unitarian Universalist at 7 o'clock. Donation offerings if you'd like to make one, no admission fee. So join us for that. I'm really looking forward to it because I don't know, even though she's been doing that for years, I have never taken those classes. I don't know much about it. And
Mark used to talk about it and teach from it, but I never really did dive into it.
Yeah. So it's going to be real interesting. Also, if you are a business owner or in a business, or you yourself individually would like to sponsor any of our Monday night events, it costs us $50 for the rent each Monday night. If you would like to do that, then contact us at newwaypod at gmail.com. And just let us know, and we can set you up, and we will acknowledge you during the event, and we certainly would appreciate that. So thank you. We are now blessing states, and our state today is Connecticut. And Connecticut is known as the Constitution State because it was the first state that had a written constitution in the United States. And it was adopted in 1639. So that's pretty cool. So let's bless the people of Connecticut with our prayers and say these words together. May peace prevail in Connecticut. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you. You're up.
Next week, we continue on the topic of justice. We'll hear from our Melchizedek Christian representative, Reverend Lydia Junis, and Victor Morgado from Southern Ontario, sharing some justice music with us. Tithes, offering, donations, whatever word works for you, we are grateful. Please do that at www.peopleofdiversity.org. Thank you for those offerings. They keep us going, and we'll have more opportunities and ways to tithe going out in the future as we put our little Pod Plus, is that what the working name is?
Yes.
Together in order to really reach out and create a deeper community of support and keep this thing going. Anyway, to wrap things up, we'd like to do a healing circle. We'd like to put our speaker today and his wife, Dean and Judy Martineau, in the circle. Anybody in your world who needs love, healing, support, put them in the circle. I invite you to put yourself in the circle, and the people who are trying to run the planet in a good way. And let's send love and light out to them. Open up and receive for yourself. Have a great day, an amazing week.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the law.